Welcome back. There is big weakness seen in the real estate sector, and that's the issue that we're going to discuss right now. NavinMRaheja, the Chairman and Managing Director of Raheja Developers, joins us to talk about that. Mr. Raheja, good morning. Good to speak with you. You know, some data that we got from Prop Equity is that the real estate launches that we've seen in Q1 have fallen almost 60% year on year, and the residential absorption has also fallen about 5 to 10 odd percent. Has the situation gotten worse than when we spoke with you last?
Yeah, this is little true because we lately see since last almost 1.5 to 2 years now, you know, the market sentiment has gone so bad, and the sentiment is basically because of a creation of several factors, you know, that people think that probably the prices may fall further, and every day we read media reports about distress in the real estate sector. Now it is a wait and watch competition between developers and the consumers. You know, customer thinks that probably, going through all these reports around, customer thinks that probably they can get a better deal. There are certain developers, of course, who are having a lot of problem on liquidity, and because of that they are ready to pass on the discounts. So when one developer passes on the discount, the other developer, you know, naturally he will lose the opportunity to sell. So the reverse competition has gone to the lowest level now. Okay. The price at which the apartments are being sold by developers today, I think, are below cost. And I don't think there is any further possibility of developers to reduce the price further, other than, because there's no way they can reduce the price. The cost of land, when they purchased that, you know, at that time the atmosphere and sentiments were very good across the market. And you know, all the developers were looking at mutual competition, one-upmanship, that okay, I'll do better, I'll make better apartments, I'll do better specifications, and I'll sell at a better price. But subsequently, when the price of land escalated to such a level, and so many new developers also joined in without knowing the dynamics of the real estate sector. If you look at it, you know, last 10 years, there have been so many new developers which came without knowing the dynamics of the sector, and later on they went into distress selling. So that mutual competition of reducing prices, when, you know, when they are these new developers were stuck with the cash flow mismatches, you know, they started selling at very reduced prices by giving freebies, discounts, and so many schemes which were not related to, actually they are not related to real estate. Actually, the real estate should actually be a good product at a good price with good specifications, and you know, the product which stays long term.
Sure, just to follow up to that,
customer and the demand and supply.
Just to follow up to that,
so
in
all
terms
these
of
things
prices,
have gone into air.
In terms of prices, where are you seeing the prices getting hit the hardest? And what do you think, within Mumbai itself, and what do you think the price trajectory could be, say, in the next 6 to 12 months?
See, I don't think there is any possibility of reducing prices now, because the prices at which the real estate has been selling since last over 1 year, they are the prices which do not even meet the cost. So looking at it, you know, that they will be reducing it further, I think I can say that this is not possible. They cannot reduce further because this is already below cost.
Okay, Mr. Raheja, you know,
the demand. It is a competition of holding sentiments, you know, between who will budge first.
Okay, Mr.
Whether
Raheja,
consumers budge first or whether developers budge first.
Yeah, Mr. Raheja, you know, we hear that in other industries like steel as well. You know, this is below cost and we can't sell it below cost. But how long will people hold on to inventory? At some point in time, at least weaker players will have to book losses. Do you see that happening?
See, the weaker players have already, I think, sold the bottom line. Secondary market also has, you know, those people who could not hold, lot of inventory has already been liquidated. The weaker players also have tried to sell these apartments to investors in wholesales. So these wholesale selling to investors at sub cost have already led to, I think, most of the inventory getting wiped out. So now, if we gradually look at it, that there is no other option, but now as the inventory gets reduced, an actual buyer comes into it,
But can't the
Actual
wholesalers...
buyers are actually buying now.
Can't the wholesalers also run out of the ability to stay put? There can be now distress selling by wholesalers, wouldn't there? Is there a possibility?
The distress selling by wholesalers has already taken place. As far as we know, most of the people who could not hold,
Why are there unsold stock? Why are there unsold flats then?
There are still unsold flats because the developers who were holding on to the correct price line, they are still holding on to the correct price line, and they are not going to give it below that price because they are not afraid of much cash flow mismatch, and they are very well aware of the overall dynamics.
Okay.
Because in India we have been watching real estate since last over 3 decades. If you look at it, real estate has been actually giving more return than any other sector, be it equity, be it investments in any other form.
Well,
Sure,
the real
Mr.
estate
Raheja.
has always been giving better return.
Okay,
All right.
we'll leave it at that. Thank you for joining us and giving us your view. So that's the word coming in. Yes, there is a huge supply of inventory that is still lying idle as far as both commercial and residential real estate is concerned. So the situation has gotten worse. But the market is still down about 0.5%.